Yes. President. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, it is indeed an honor for me to rise today to honor a woman who no one can argue is a true servant of Jamaica, the Honorable Dorothy Pine McCarthy, OJ. I first met Mrs. Pine McCarthy, affectionately called Mickey, in 2017 when I joined the board of the Jamaica National Group. I was a much younger man then. I was 25 years old, and stepping into that kind of environment brings with it some natural intimidation. Right? Yet I remember very distinctly from the first meeting that she in particular embraced me with a lot of warmth, right? Beyond that, over the time that I served, I found that she paid very keen attention to my contributions and actually encouraged me to contribute. And that struck me because, you know, given the vast difference in experience that existed between us, her having an interest in what I had to say, treating me as a colleague and not a junior, was indeed, I think, indicative of her character. I really enjoyed and I know really privileged the interactions that I would have had with her in those meetings and the ensuing social settings, the lunches, etc., as moments of gold. Mr. President, in the boardroom, she was very thoughtful and precise, I'd say. She didn't speak more often than she needed to. And when she did, everybody understood that her words came from a careful place of study and a deep sense of responsibility. Yeah. I learned very quickly that when she offered up a view, it would be wise to listen. She asked the questions that mattered in the moment and was never to create spectacle. It was to ensure that the decisions that were being taken served the people and the institutions entrusted to those who were taking them. Right? I mean, it was said before, but her professional journey is an inspirational one. Right? Her career of over 50 years dedicated to the legal profession, the glass ceilings she was able to shatter, the many firsts that she was able to engineer, not only here in Jamaica, but abroad, are admirable, to say the least. She built an incredibly respected career. And I have learned over time, I'm told that she was exceptional in conveyancing. Even after I left the Jamaica National Group, she would occasionally check in to see how I was doing. And there were very sincere exchanges. I remember being very surprised by the first call that I received from her. I mean, I didn't even think that she remembered me. Right? But you know, it was apparent to me that she simply cared about people. And that was behind her need, or her feeling of a need to reach out to me. Mr. President, I want to share a personal experience that I had with her that I think epitomizes, a very human element of her character. A couple of years ago, she contacted me, right? And the subject of the conversation was the fact that a paralegal working with her firm was trying to secure a mortgage from an entity that I was associated with. And she made it very clear at the top of the conversation that she wasn't seeking any favor. She wasn't trying influence the decision. But she said her only request was that the application received a fair and expedient adjudication, right? Because what she said to me is that this moment in the life of this paralegal could be transformational, right? And she related it back to our experience at Jamaica National, which was all about home ownership. And she felt it important to reach out to me to seek to facilitate a fair process for this paralegal. It wasn't, somebody, I'd say, that somebody would conventionally see as of high rank, but rather it was an appeal for a hard-working Jamaican. I think this really sums up the kind of character of the person. And that moment would have stayed with me. It showed me that despite the fact that she valued good systems and proper procedure, she never lost sight of the people that those systems were meant to serve. Right? Today, Mr. President, we honor a trailblazing attorney, a respected director, and a public servant who gave to her country with diligence and grace. Jamaica is undoubtedly better for her contribution, and so many of us who have had the privilege to interact with her have certainly learned from the examples that she's left. To her family, who is present here in the form of her son, Matthew, and her daughter, Rachel, I want to extend condolences. I want to extend condolences as well to the members of the MF&G team who are here. I mean, we share in your mourning, and we thank you for sharing her, Jamaica. May her soul rest in peace, and may her life continue to inspire all of us in some way, shape, or form. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senator Small Ferguson. Minister